This is O. Welcome to CeeLo Ed TV. I'm making this video to talk about some of the things I did with my solar system and why you may want to actually start using solar. This is O. Welcome to CeeLo Ed TV. This video is all about why I love to use solar, what was the reason why I chose to use solar, and some of the reasons why you may consider starting your own DIY solar system. Now, before I get into the details, let's go ahead and check out what my solar system is, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about some of the details that I wrote down in my notes here about why I chose to build a solar system and why you may want to. I want to show the new addition to the solar system. And right now it's about 11:15, and we have 4 new panels, 100 watts apiece. Right now, as you can see, some is still in shade, so when it hits about 12, we have 800 watts of solar sitting right here. And in the back we have a small 120 watt, and all these makes 120. So this is on one charge controller. This set of 4 is on the second charge controller, and this new 4 is on the last charge controller. So that gives us about 1,000 watts around 1-2 o'clock, and in the summer we'll have a longer charge time. In the winter I have a charge till about 5 o'clock, and it's pretty good. The new addition has made a difference. Let me show you the back. Okay, now on the back side, on the first 4, I had to add the bus bar, but let me show you my custom bus bar. This is just covered so it won't get rained on, but we have a positive and negative bus here. I got plenty of room, as you can see here, to add more if I want it. It's a little rusted a bit because I haven't paint coated it yet, and that's just from the air, so it's a light rust on it. So here's my positive bus and my negative bus, and I also have an additional negative and positive, and that runs to the charge controller. So these are the upgrades that I did. Also upgraded the wire and made my own connectors here, so you can see those. And let me bring it inside on the charge control side. Okay, so I want to give just a quick tour of what we got going on. Here I have 1, 2, 3 charge controllers. The ones that's in shade right now is this charge controller here. This is for the first 4 panels that I had, and that is for my new panel. And the change that I made was, one, if I wanted to run a 600 or watt up, this is a 2000 watt inverter, so I upgraded that. And this is my fuse box. So let me zoom in so you can see what we got going on there. So in the fuse box, we've got 225 amp. Each line is rated at 30 amps, so I just go just under. And all the solar is running from outside into here. So all 800 watts is going in here to these 2 charge controllers, and then it's a separate for the 120s because they match voltage. So that's my new setup and upgrades. And now let's go in and talk about why I set up the solar system and why you may want to set up a solar system. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is also the upgrades to my battery bank. Right now I have 3 lead acid batteries, and also this was an addition. This is like a golf cart battery. But if you look in, I also added the connectors to the wires to make it a nice solid attachment. And the alligator clips are really just for each inverter if I want to detach it and hook it somewhere else. So 3 batteries right now, and I plan to expand more, and they really last throughout the night for basic charging. Alright, so I appreciate y'all checking out my solar system. And just like I was saying in that section of this video, is I didn't start off with a huge solar system. I added as I went. And a lot of people think that they have to invest thousands of dollars to start their own solar system, but you can start as little as under $100 and get a complete solar system. It may not be able to run a lot of things, but you'll be able to start and understand the concept of running solar. And so what I really want you to think about in this video is think about what you would spend $100 on. Would you spend it on groceries? Would you spend it on a bill that you have? Would you spend it on a new outfit or a new pair of shoes? I mean, how many pairs of shoes may you own? Or every time you pay a bill, it never goes back to you in your pocket. Yes, we need infrastructure and the electrical grid, and it's very important. It's keep people alive for many years. It's run infrastructure and things that will require massive amounts of power. Hospitals couldn't run without the grid and many other things. So I am in no way diminishing the main electrical grid, but it is important to have a backup system for yourself, or if you want to save a lot of money, to have your own solar system. And so I'm making this point to say you can start and add to your solar system as you go. So don't think that you can't start. Take some small money that you would normally put into something that would never give you a return, or you'll never see that money again, and put it into something that will actually pay you in the long run. And so the first thing I wrote down is that it saves you money. Now this was a major one for me because I sort of started calculating, thinking about, well, when I paid my electrical bill, I'm never seeing this money again. And so what I thought about was, well, how can I produce my own power? And then I start looking into all the people online that were creating solar systems. And so that prompted me to go to Harbor Freight and start off with my first solar system. It was only 60 watts, and it came with 4 panels. It came with the charge controller. It came with all the wires that you need, and literally it worked. It charged different stuff. And it only has DC output, so you would have to put like a inverter. So I think I bought like a $20 inverter and plugged into the cigarette port of it, and man, it worked. I charged my phone for the first time. I turned on the TV for the first time on my own produced power, and that got me to thinking, wow, I could produce my own electricity. And so that's what spiraled me into really establishing a really decent solar system to save money. Now, I just give you a small example is, say for example, I just give you an example. Your electric bill may not be this high or low. So let's just get a round number, $200. So $200 a month you're paying to run your fridge, to run your stove, and to, run your electric water heater, etc. You may say, oh, well, $200 is nothing to you. Or if you're on the other end of it, you may say, wow, $200 is breaking me. And that's my last $200 for the month. And I have no money after I pay my electric bill. So you just got to figure out where you are within that spectrum. Now, let's talk about the appliances. What I calculated for myself was, okay, I had bought a fridge years ago, a great fridge, hasn't broke down on me. Maytag is a great brand. Let me know what brand fridge you have and like what's your experience with your fridge anyway. But I noticed that from now, since I've established running my solar system, my fridge is pretty much the only thing I run consistently. Now, a fridge, depending on how energy efficient it is and how good the seals are, will only cut on momentarily. But then, it will cut on momentarily, and then once it reaches temperature, it will come down, and then literally run no electricity at all. But I looked into my bill, and I said, oh, okay, it's X amount of dollars. And then I said, wait a minute, well, if I'm spending this much a month to run my fridge, well, how much would that cost in a year? Well, how much would that cost in 5 years, over a lifetime? And the number I came around was about $20,000 or $30,000. I mean, $20,000 or $30,000. I just guesstimated. None of us know when we're gonna live or die, of course. But I guestimated, okay, let's say I live to 80. or however you think how long you live. That could be $20, $50, $100,000 just for one appliance. And so on the notes of it saves you money over time, if you have a $200 electric bill, back to the example, $200, 2 months is $400, 3 months is $600, 4 months is $800, and 5 months is $1,000, and we got 12 months in the year. So you're looking at $2,400 every year, and in 5 years you're already looking at over $10,000. So think about that. What if you had an extra 10 grand in your pocket? What if you had an extra 10 grand? Take that money, go on a vacation. Take that money, buy a new vehicle. Take that money and do whatever you need to do with it. Put it in food or whatever you want to do with it. But that is $10,000 that's going out the window every single month because it's going to the electric company. Now, granted, everybody can't do this. Now, I'm speaking for people who want to take the initiative to do this. But yeah, there is an importance for a main electrical grid. But if you're in a position where you just can't afford the electricity, I advise considering something like this. Or if you just want to save the extra money over time, I advise get into DIY solar. So we're just touching on the topics in this video. So I'll go down to my next point. If you're in a financial emergency, now this first point was about money. So let's say, for example, you lose your job. Let's say, for example, inflation goes up and you're on a fixed budget. In other words, you're on Social Security, or for example, you have a set amount of money and expense and food and everything is going up. And I've seen a lot of TikTok videos and reels that where people complaining about how their electricity bills have went up. The energy usage has went up, especially with the advent and developing AI, and they require servers, and the servers require power, and they use electric and water. And so what I'm essentially getting at is you may not be able to afford to use the same amount of electricity that you used to, but you may want to live the same quality. In other words, you may want to run your fridge. You may want to run AC, and I'll give you an example. Here I have a 200-watt heater, and it's running on solar. Nothing, it works. And okay, for the second bullet point, I talked about emergency preparedness. Now, to give the example of, okay, so what if you injured yourself? Whether it be a bruise, a cut, or whatever. Sometimes to keep swelling down, you need an ice pack. I also talked about being able to regulate your body temperature with the ice. One thing I didn't touch on in the video though is food preservation. So in order to keep food edible and not spoil, sometimes you need ice. And if you can't just create ice or it's not cold enough, then you can use something like the ice maker to actually preserve your food, to run your fridge. Ice can be, you can make the ice and then get a cooler and then put your meats in the cooler, or put your milk and perishables in the cooler. And so the point of what I'm saying is a solar system can provide heat, just like here. If the main grid is off, whether it's a emergency, or they have to work on the main grid system and cut your power off, well, you may not have heat for quite a bit of time. Or if a storm hits and knocks out the power, you may not have electricity for a few days and weeks. And there were a lot of scenarios where people in regions and different areas that were hit by hurricanes, they not only lost their homes, they lost everything that goes with it. But let's say just by chance your house remained or whatever, and your solar system is intact, then guess what? You would have electricity until the main grid comes back on. And so right now I'm just sitting here running the heater, and the solar is doing the work. And so what I'm saying is, you may have to run a thermal blanket or an electric blanket. You may have to run a CPAP. You may have to keep your fridge cool for insulin. Whatever you need electricity for, you may even have to cook. Solar is a great way and to make passive electricity. Passive meaning while you do other things, it's not active. You don't have to put gasoline in the generator. And imagine if the generator broke down. Now you're really in trouble because the generators broke down. You got to maintenance it, work on it. It's not enough oil, or the CDI burned out. You get what I mean. If you ever ran a generator, it will work, and then sometimes it will work when it wants to. So, and I found solar, and matter of fact, I've ran one light indefinitely for at least 5 years and never cut it off, and it never went out. So solar has proven itself to be very reliable. And think about the emergencies, and that is bullet point 2 is DIY solar is an affordable way to have emergency preparedness and backup. And so there's more bullet points, like it can provide comms and data, but I will touch on that in a separate video in detail. And so my last point for this video, and if you're still tuned in by this point, I want to say thank you for watching throughout this, and drop comments in the comment section and have a discussion about it. What are some details I forgot, and what would you use your solar system for? So one of the ones that was really important to me was the life skills that you get. In just research and producing power, I've learned how batteries started, what the chemical process what was the first electrical vehicles, and it goes back to the 1920s, guys. So Tesla was not the first electric vehicle, but just learning about the different battery technologies. There's salt batteries, there's lithium iron phosphate batteries, there's lead acid. There's so many different varieties to store energy. Even something like gravity fed, or you have your wind turbines, not just solar. You have, your water turbines. There's so many ways of alternative ways to produce power. Even Peltier chips and Stirling engines that uses heat exchange to make power. And so what I'm really getting at is you learn so much when doing your own solar system. Basic electrical skills, how to make wires, how to wire a fuse box, how to wire switches. And as a matter of fact, one cool thing, running a 3D printer right now, if you hear the sound in the background, I am 3D printing switch boxes. So these boxes will be used to, and they're color coded by plate. And so I got a blue one printing now. The white one is for general power. The red one is for heat. And I got a blue one printing right now, which is going to be for water pumps and the water system for a greenhouse. Not my greenhouse, it's a greenhouse I'm working on. And so what I'm essentially getting at is you learn a ton of stuff, and it's life skills you can carry with you. And so that was the big kicker for me. And speaking of which, I am creating a solar course starting real soon at the beginning of next year. And it's going to talk about the basics of solar. We're going to start from the beginning and learn. You can learn how to set up a basic solar system, and then you carry it from there. But guys, I just want to talk about this, and I have been on for a while because there's a lot of work I've been doing towards the end of the year. And sometimes you got to invest time and get in backlog and do things that have been on the back burner. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, definitely hit the subscribe button at the bottom. And also, if you have any questions about the video, just leave them in the comment section below. Take care. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.